Now, during the Second World War, most of the children moved to the countryside to escape the bombings. You might not know, but Liverpool was the most bombed city outside of London, and Sefton Park was a big target, due to being used for anti-aircraft guns and barrage balloons. I like saying barrage, it's a fun word. But when the air was clear, the children from the surrounding area could go there and let some steam. On one cold sunny afternoon in 1940, Mary brought her daughter Lizzie to the park, wearing a nice new blue coat. It'd been a bad week for the bombers, and I felt I spent more time in bomb shelters than her own home. But walking around the lake, it nearly felt normal, apart from the gas mask they had to carry. It had taken a while for Liz to get used to wearing a mask, but after a while, she started to enjoy it. She wear the mask as it distorted her voice and sing nursery rhymes whenever she got scared. Now, when the bombs were falling, she refused to speak to anyone, but instead sit in a corner shaking and singing nursery rhymes. Not creepy at all, obviously. Now, on this day though, the thoughts of the dark bunkers were far from the mind. The leaves were falling from the trees and the park was covered in huge piles of them. Every time she saw a big pile, Lizzie would run and jump in them, disappear briefly, then pop up with a bright blue hood pulled up and a face mask, shouting, "Here comes 4-foot Mack." Now, 4-foot Mack was an urban legend the kids used to tell to scare each other. It was a gnome or troll of some sort that would steal naughty children. Instead of being scared of this, Lizzie loved the story and often sing about him. "Do not talk to 4-foot Mack. He'll slice your heels and stab your back. If you ever hear his cry, beneath the ground you soon will lie." I know what you're thinking, but times were different then. Nursery rhymes were creepy. Anyway, back to little Lizzie. After a while, wandering around, she went to some school friends and they played happily. When you see her daughter enjoying some normality, Mary sat herself down on the bench with the cool sunshine. Suddenly, Mary woke up. She fell asleep but wasn't sure how long for. So it started getting dark. Well, I'll grab Lizzie. She looked around for Lizzie's blue coat but couldn't see her anywhere. Panicking, she ran to the school children and asked where Lizzie was. They realised she was missing. For minutes, every adult child was searching for Lizzie. Suddenly, a small figure emerged from the pile of leaves. Mary turned quickly and saw the bright blue hood and the gas mask. She ran over and put Lizzie in her arms, tears streaming down her face, asking, was she okay, where's she been, what happened, 100 other questions. But Lizzie just stood silently, her head facing the floor. Eventually, Mary gave up asking questions, but went head home. Nice cup of tea and a good night's sleep will settle her down. Now, back at home, Mary sat Lizzie down at the table, still wearing a gas mask and coat even. When Mary tried to remove them, Lizzie let out a scream like a wild animal, so Mary decided, we'll leave it, but we'll stoke the fire as hot as we can. Figured if she gets too hot, she'll just take the coat off and the mask. Clever, eh? Now as Mary turned away to stoke the fire, she heard a strange noise behind her and spun. But Lizzie was still just sitting at the table. Then she heard the noise again and realised there's a knock at the door. She opens the door and sees Lizzie. "Mum, you left me in the park. Someone took my mask and coat. I was trying to find you, but you left me." So Mary spun round to figure seat at the table, and all she saw was the coat and the gas mask folded neatly on it. That was the last thing she saw, as she felt a sharp pain across her ankles. She dropped to the floor and tucked down her chest, saw the knife coming through. "Do not talk to 4-foot Mack. He'll slice your heels and stab your back. If you ever hear his cry, beneath the ground you soon will lie."